Man, what a weekend in the Premier League. A lot of fun surprises, a lot of games that I didn't expect to go the way they did. But it's the Premier League. It's one of the best leagues in the world, one of the best sports in the world. And I know I'm missing the Bournemouth Southampton game, but I'm gonna get this done a little bit early. I'm gonna predict that Bournemouth will win this game. Southampton will probably sack their manager here in a couple of weeks. It is what it is. But I'm gonna go through each of these games and give not a long synopsis on them, but a little quick one. So I mean, City drawing to Newcastle is coming as a shock. I think Newcastle. I love Eddie Howe as a manager. I think what he can do and what he can bring to a club is nothing short of excellence. But they have been struggling in recent weeks. But this getting a point off of Manchester City was definitely big for them and City as well. It's hard to win back to back to back Premier Leagues, and it becomes hard mentally on a team to want to fight for something that they've accomplished so many times. And Pep, again, he's getting to a point where does he want to continue to do this? His contract's up after this season. Is he going to renew? Is he going to go coach for England? No one knows. When it comes to whole like the lawsuit and the Premier League breaking laws, all those things, it's like, does this City team really feel like dealing with this right now? And they dropped points against Arsenal last week. Drop points this week again to Newcastle. They need to start finding their footing, or it's going to be a hard time to win this league. Obviously, they have Champions League, FA Cup, all the other stuff that they can go out and win. But we'll have to wait and see what it looks like. Arsenal, 4-2 win against Leicester City. I'm pretty sure it was like 2-1. 2-2, something like that, with like in the 80th minute or something like that. And then Arsenal scored two in the 90th in extra time. So, I mean, dare I say it, Leicester almost had them, but Arsenal is so disciplined and resilience, and they took all 3 points from Leicester. So, I mean, their title race is still alive as they sit in third place, 1 point behind or tied with second place with Manchester City. And so next up, Brentford versus West Ham. I predicted this game to be a draw. I expected these two teams to be pretty much on the same level. Brentford and West Ham. I predicted this to be a draw to 1-1. Pretty good game for these two teams, needing a point. I think when you look at the Premier League and the longevity of a season, you look at this point in the season and you're like, okay, we need to get points now because back in May, you're going to need to definitely get to be looking at you're definitely gonna be looking back to get a point. Wishing you got a point anyway from a game like this. Next up, Chelsea versus Brighton. I am a Chelsea fan. It was great to see Cole Palmer get 4 goals in the first 40 minutes or first half or whatever it was. The kid's incredible. He is the definition of resilience, of the perfect amount of arrogance. And he's showing the Premier League right now. He's showing these teams and these clubs why Chelsea are back. It's currently sitting in fourth place. It's good to be back in the top half of the Premier League. It's been a long time and a lot of struggles, but those billion-dollar bottle jobs are back, and I think we fully are back. Enzo Maresca is a very smart manager, and if he can figure this team out defensively, and if we can figure out how to stop conceding goals, how to stop making mistakes in the back for like Robert Sanchez made, we'll be fine. And I'm excited for us to continue to keep playing, and it's been optimism's high right now in the Chelsea camp. But I mean, listen, I love Brighton's new manager. I love their team. I mean, they're just plug and play system of a manager. They can go out and get any manager that fits their system, and it works to perfection. And I love watching it. Nottingham Forest dropped points to Fulham. Fulham needed these 3 points, and it's good to see them get 3 points to stay up. Nottingham Forest though currently sits in 10th place in the Premier League, which is pretty good. I know it's only 6 weeks into the league, but Nottingham Forest, they're definitely trying to stay around for a little bit longer this year, and it is still early, so they can obviously drop points and they could lose every game for the rest of the season, but we'll have to wait and see what it looks like. Wolves lose to Liverpool 2-1. I think they went up 1-0 on Liverpool, and then Liverpool pulled two back later in the game. Liverpool winning this game 2-1 puts them at first place in the Premier League on 15 points. I mean, this is the Liverpool team that we know. I know they dropped points to Nottingham Forest a couple weeks ago at Anfield. They are going to need to remind themselves of the high caliber standard that Jurgen Klopp held them at. Slot, he is an amazing manager. I think the biggest question mark with him is that team is very his his ideology, his tactics are very conservative, very slow build up, very take your time, methodically pass, short pass, all that stuff. But the team that he has there now, they are counterattack, defend, press. They are a very passive team, and so they are going to have to trust and understand that his system does work, and when it does work, they win lots of games. All right, and so this system works, and they have to accept that. And I enjoy watching this team play. I enjoy watching his tactics work, and we're seeing that happen every single day. So, yeah, Liverpool wins 2-1, and they are first place in the Premier League. Aston Villa dropped points to Ipswich. Ipswich are a team that they aren't going to just roll over and just like allow teams to beat them. They want to compete in the Premier League. They're like Luton from last season. They want to compete. They're going to play their system. They're not going to just sit back all game long. They're going to play a system that works really well. And this is what happened today. Aston Villa, they are fifth in the Premier League right now, and they are going to stay in that place right now because what they've done with their manager, with their club, is nothing short of brilliant. They've gone out and made a lot of buys in the transfer window last season, and those players are helping them in the Premier League and the Champions League, and this team can just continue to flourish. But dropping points to Ipswich today or this week and was not the best outcome for them, but a point they got is all that matters at this point. United versus Spurs. As a Chelsea fan, I hate Tottenham, but I'm just going to get that out of the way. Tottenham win 3-0 against Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes will get sent off 40th minute, 45th minute, something like that in the first half. And it was just no coming back from that point for Manchester United. I mean, is it time to sack Eric Ten Hag? Is he the problem, or is it just a culture at Manchester City or Manchester United? It's been time and time, manager after another, and they still don't have a system or a manager that works in their best interest at all. I think some of their players in the club just aren't good enough. For one, they're on high wages, which means who gives. And for two, they are a team who just does not. They don't get it. They don't look like they have drive. They don't look like they have passion. They just look lost and look like they're just a bunch of rich guys out there just playing every other Sunday and Saturday. So they're gonna have to definitely revisit a lot of things. And the season just started, so they have to sit and deal with this until at least January. So let me know what y'all think about all those matches for this past weekend. And yeah, leave a comment down below of your favorite club.